Oh, Turkey Tom. How strange. Animals know how to use technology now.
That may have been a somewhat abstract explanation, so allow me to explain.
Oh, he's just a guy with a hoodie. I've been played. I've been played like a damn fiddle. Howdy everyone, and welcome to the first episode of YouTuber Reviews, the series where I analyze YouTubers to see whether or not they are garbage or gold. And what better a YouTuber to start off this series with than none other than the one that has been blowing up like crazy recently and being involved in tons of drama, Turkey Tom. I'm assuming if a single person is actually watching this, then you likely have some idea who Turkey Tom is, but if you somehow don't know... Turkey Tom created his channel on July 11th, 2015, however, his first video on his channel was posted on June 17th, 2017, and in the time between then and now, he has accumulated 54,000 subscribers and over 2 million views. Pretty good, I must say. If we take a look at his description... Lovely. No, but further down, there's actual information. It's just him answering questions he gets a lot and links to the creators of his artwork. Simple stuff. Now, the content that Tom primarily makes is commentary/rant videos. Usually each video is a one-off topic with occasional part 2s or sequels to another video. He does have a series on his channel called The Problems With series, which is him pointing out flaws about topics such as websites, YouTubers, and just other general concepts. Alright, that's pretty much all you need to know. Turn back now. Tom's thumbnails are fairly decent at showcasing what his videos are about. Most of them consist of having his character still on one side of the screen with something else on the other side, like an image of someone or a logo, usually accompanied by text. It's incredibly simple, but is attracting to the eyes. One problem I do have that was mainly an issue with his older thumbnails is whenever he would use the impact font with different colors. The impact font to me isn't very appealing to look at in a thumbnail, especially with dark colors like purple. And if someone sees this in a recommended video, which is usually in a small area of the screen, the text is quite hard to read. That's also a problem in his videos whenever he'd use it as well, though thankfully he doesn't use that anymore. Most of the topics he does for his videos are topics that I have never really been interested in myself, with websites like DeviantArt, Reddit, and 4chan. I'm aware of these websites, however, I would never really care to go on them myself. There are some YouTubers he's also done videos on, and I'd never even heard of them until I saw the video, like Kavos and Bobby Burns. And then there are some of his videos about more vague topics like religion and politics, which I surely wouldn't expect those topics from the same channel that makes videos about YouTubers. The only real topic I was truly interested in before watching his video on it was his ones on the cartoon community, specifically MrEnter. Oh, and speaking of MrEnter... So Tom has made 3 videos specifically about MrEnter. There was also another video he made, except he deleted it, and I can't find a re-upload of it anywhere. So I'll just talk about these 3 videos. His response to MrEnter's We Need to Talk video was okay enough. However, his next video on MrEnter has some problems, to say the least. I do think he had fair points about MrEnter's editing and audio. One thing I want to mention that he said that I think he is wrong is that MrEnter is heavily for morals in TV shows. I've seen people bring this up about MrEnter before, and honestly, I don't know where people get this idea from. I've watched almost all of MrEnter's animated atrocities, and I can't think of once he highly stated he wants there to be morals in TV shows. He has in his videos explained why the moral they were going for is wrong, but honestly that's the extent of it. I could be wrong about this, maybe I missed some of his videos, though this is just as far as I'm aware. And he also refers to Enter's fans as mindless because of some of them going after and harassing the creators of something he's reviewed.
Leading his mindless fans. More on that later.
Okay, now let's talk about Tom's video on MrEnter's Indiegogo. Honestly, this video is terrible. Literally the whole video is just him insulting MrEnter and saying that his show's concept is bad. And the whole segment on Pie Guy Rules basically amounted to, he thinks his videos are middle of the road, and he thinks that Pie Guy isn't being honest about what he thinks of MrEnter's show, because Pie Guy doesn't want to make MrEnter mad or something. I think that is completely wrong. I'm pretty sure Pie Guy was just giving his opinions on it, and maybe because of how he talked, it came across like he wanted to say something that he didn't.
Fun day at school today.
I can't believe Adam missed the bus again.
Well, you know her. She doesn't take her education very seriously.
Yeah, but when Autumn and Rowan missed the bus, that means Sally needs to drive to school.
Practice Sally's eating in her car. Autumn was freaked out in the back seat. Oh, fuck it. I can't bear to read it anymore. It's so fucking boring!
Tom, you read 4 lines said by the characters. You can't say that the writing is boring based on 4 lines.
When I was a kid, maybe 11 years old or so, I had a dream that one day I would create a cartoon. So I would draw all these pictures and write out plots and scripts, and eventually when I bought a computer, I would do all these little test animations and things like that. It was a real dream of mine. But eventually I realized that I had no talent for animation, and I gave up. I realized that I'm good at it. But animation just isn't what I was meant to do. And I think Enter should realize that unfortunately for him, he has no real talent. Not that he's shown up until this point online anyway.
Wow, so essentially what he's saying is because he realized that he isn't good at animating and gave up on it, MrEnter shouldn't try and achieve his goal because he, by your words,
He has no real talent.
Tom, you do know there is this little thing called, I don't know, improvement? MrEnter could learn to write his scripts better and draw better character designs if he learns and puts the effort into it. But no, apparently if you can't do something, you shouldn't try to improve.
Oh, well, it's good to see that our little Asperger asexual white boy can speak about all these issues like being gay, because he's gay and knows a lot about oppression or something.
So, just wow. Apparently, by Tom's logic, if you're white, you can't have characters in a show that you made to be black or Asian. And if you're straight, you can't have gay characters in your show? Do I even need to explain how this thought process doesn't make any sense? So a few weeks ago, the mysterious MrEnter made a response to all of the harassment he frequently gets online, and the most prominent figure he talks about is Turkey Tom. You know, no shit. Basically responding to everything Tom said in all of his videos on MrEnter. After seeing this, I was so certain that Tom was going to make a response to this. But immediately after MrEnter uploaded this video, Tom made this community post on his channel explaining that he's taking down his MrEnter video. You serious, Tom? So let me get this straight. You make 3 videos critiquing and insulting MrEnter, but when he actually responds to them, instead of responding back, you just take your video down? He tries to explain in the post the reason he's taking it down is because it isn't representative of the content he wants to make or who he is. First of all, if you think these videos aren't representative of your current content, yeah, they aren't, because they're your old videos. Everyone's content changes over time. I guarantee in the future you'll probably delete your current videos now because in the future you'll think, these aren't representative of my current content. Which isn't the case, you just changed over time. And secondly, I am 99% sure he deleted this video because he didn't want to get backlash or have to respond to MrEnter. Of all the times Tom could have deleted the video, it had to be right after a large YouTuber responded to it calling him out. Not earlier, not long after, but only a few days after he posted it. Sounds quite fishy if you ask me. I do not understand this whole mentality some YouTubers have, which is to be intentionally negative. That is the main issue I have with Tom, where in most of his videos he sounds incredibly unenthusiastic and bland, like he just woke up at 3 AM to record his audio. And if you think that this is just me that's noticing this, no, he completely acknowledges that he does this.
My personality is alright, but I acknowledge that it is somewhat lacking. That, despite some of my insults and the vitriol that I integrate into my asshole persona,
which I am just kind of baffled by. Why would you choose to be negative and depressing in your videos? Those aren't exactly fun traits to have. However, even though his tone isn't very interesting to listen to, what I do think at least somewhat makes up for it is his delivery with what he's actually saying. He's very straight to the point in his videos, explaining in high detail why he thinks something about a YouTuber or a certain topic, and talks at a very good pace to listen to, whereas it's not too slow or fast. Though, one problem I've seen people bring up about Tom that I do agree with is his joke deliveries. Yeah, whenever Tom does a joke, it's impossible to differentiate them from just him insulting someone, because both the tone of his voice and just the joke itself isn't portrayed well.
Your sister's being raped. Is that one?
Like a joke that he did towards MrEnter.
I have a feeling that Enter's idea of a thank you video was him stripping down nude and sending people pictures of his little Johnny to the kids who pay money to see his show.
See, how is that funny? He just insinuates that MrEnter is a pedophile. There's no humor actually given. I mean, obviously it is a joke because I honestly don't believe Tom actually thinks that MrEnter is a pedophile, because that's just ludicrous. Turkey Tom has to be one of the fastest improved YouTubers I've seen in quite some time. In the past year, his videos have gone from being just okay to being truly great, with the main improvements being the editing going from using mediocre drawings he made to depict what he's talking about, to just having simple videos or images on screen. His mic quality, which sounded like he was recording his voice from 5 feet away from his microphone and then just turned it up, and the music would also be too loud compared to his voice.
Alright, time to animate again. Because why would I make an easier form of content that often garners more attention when I can put in hours upon hours of work to get 200 views?
However, now it's very clear. His character stills, which were originally not that good, they looked cheaply drawn and lacked much detail. Also, they had this thick white outline around them. I guess it was to help distinguish it from what he had on screen behind him. I'm glad he eventually got rid of that. These were passable enough since they did only appear in the first 5 or so videos on his channel. He's gone through 4 different character styles throughout the duration of his channel, each time getting more detailed and more pleasant to look at. It wasn't until his current character style that he changed his eyes from being giant bowling ball-sized monstrosities to being fairly normal looking eyes. And I do think his current character design is the best one, but geez, why do you look so bitter and angry in all of them? And hell, I think in only one of them you even sort of smile. Tom has a second channel, Not a Turkey. At least he's truthful this time. This channel currently only has 9 videos, most of which are updates. One of them is a Discord Q&A, not really anything I could say about that. And the closest one in style of his main channel videos is this one on the Gamer from Mars. Honestly, don't know why he didn't just upload this on his main channel. He said in a comment he didn't think it was good enough, but hey, I thought it was pretty good to be honest. Okay, so with criticism, to me at least, there has to be a certain degree of seriousness with it. An issue I have sometimes when Tom is critiquing a YouTuber, he will constantly throw one-word insults
This video isn't even close to being done, you fat mom!
and overused unfunny jokes directed towards them.
Ah, good. A weird, lonely, socially inept man is going to be explaining what it is like to grow up like a little girl.
If you're trying to give actual constructive criticism towards someone or something and you want people to take you seriously, you can't randomly insult them because it comes off that you're not serious at all, and thus people aren't going to take you seriously, especially the person you're giving criticism to. Okay, imagine if you went to a restaurant and the food you got was terrible. It had hair in it, it was burnt, and wasn't even the right food. And when you go to complain to the chef, you say, "This food was fucking terrible, you are an absolute awful chef, I hope this restaurant burns down," and then leave. You didn't actually explain to him why the food was terrible, you just insulted him and left. And his food will now likely not get any better. Sure, it's understandable to be mad, but if you want any change to happen, you have to actually explain why there's a problem and how they can fix it. Though I want to make it clear, Tom does not do this all the time, only occasionally he will have this problem, but even then, the fact that it's an issue at all is why I brought this up. Ah, drama. This should be good. The first drama I can recall Tom being in was the drama between him and old Keemy Boy. I actually remember seeing the video Keemstar made on his Keemstar Clips channel back when he first posted it, and I was quite shocked because Tom was a fairly small channel at the time with 4,000 subscribers. Basically, Keemstar was mad at Tom because he made a tweet calling out Kavos for making repetitive videos on Logan Paul. And honestly, Keem's video was terrible. He made appalling points against Tom. Keem actually said in that video that because Tom's channel is small, that means he shouldn't criticize a YouTuber that's larger than him.
How you gonna go criticize other people, Mr. Turkey, when you yourself, like, just suck, alright, bro? Like, if your content was good, people would share it with other people would sub to you, and your channel would grow, alright?
Well, damn. By that logic, I shouldn't even be making this video. I don't think I need to explain how unbelievably moronic that idea is.
Like, if your content was good, people would sub to you, and your channel would grow.
Irony! Tom's most popular video is his video on Storytime Animators. Overall, I thought this video was pretty great, however, I have some things I definitely want to bring up. One is the most obvious point everyone has mentioned. Why is The Odd Ones Out in the title? The title is The Odd Ones Out, Tim, Tom, Speechy, and Tabs, Criticism Not Welcome. That obviously implies you're going to talk about how these 4 creators can't take criticism. However,
a few select storytime channels that are casting a rather negative light on the genre as a whole, for example, Speechy, TimTom, and Tabs, are not open to criticism.
you didn't mention the odd ones out there. Hell, you only brought up the odd ones out like twice, and probably only talked about him for 30 seconds at best. This is so obviously a ploy to get more viewers because of the odd ones out's massive sub count. And if he just put his name in the tags, that wouldn't be as bad. But putting his name in the damn title, especially at the beginning, is quite scummy. Another point he brings up that I completely disagree with is about how most storytime animators are introverts, yet apparently don't act like it.
And as much as they can claim to be introverted, it seems kind of disingenuous when a lot of them like to yell on their videos and scream about how introverted they are.
See, Tom, being an introvert means being shy and awkward. And since they're all alone when making their videos, obviously they're not going to be shy or awkward, because generally when people have those feelings, it's because they're around people and are worried what they're going to think of them. But anyway, let's get to the real problem a lot of people have with this video. So, Tom tried to join Speechy's Discord and was an absolute angel, yet the evil Speechy banned the Golden Boy upon arriving for 100% absolutely undeniably no reason whatsoever. Or at least that's what Tom thinks happened. No, in all actuality, Tom posted a bunch of tweets insulting Speechy and calling her fat and overweight on Twitter, yet didn't mention or even bring this up slightly in his video? Why? Likely because he wanted everyone watching to be on his side and completely against Speechy. Either that, or he really just didn't think,
maybe me insulting Speechy is the reason I got banned.
and many YouTubers have called him out for this, notably Manga Common. Okay, so Tom often deletes his videos that he feels aren't as good as when he first posted them. Or it could be for any number of reasons, really. It's honestly hard to find re-uploads of any of these. If he only deleted a few, like 4 or 5, I wouldn't have even brought this up. But dear God, I'm pretty sure he's deleted over half the videos he's made on. I have this still image from one of his videos that shows some of them that when they were still on his channel. And in this still alone, only 5 of the 15 videos on screen are still on his channel. I've been a subscriber of Turkey Tom for quite a long time now. I've been watching his videos since he only had 400 subscribers. The first video I saw on his channel was his video on the cartoon community, which he has now deleted, quite a shame. If I had to summarize any advice I'd give to Tom, it would be 1, don't continue to pull Alethea's hair and attack the people you talk about directly. Just focus on critiquing their content, because when you attack them as a person, it makes you come off as a less respectable YouTuber. And secondly, you said in that community post that if no one re-uploads those videos you took down, you would re-upload them on your second channel. Yeah, I think you should re-upload all of your videos you've taken down over there so that fans of yours can watch them, because I do remember some of them being good. And thirdly, if you're gonna make jokes, try to make them come off as, you know, actual jokes. Make them more humorous and not so straightforward, and deliver them in a less monotone way. So yeah, overall, Turkey Tom, good YouTuber, but just try and fix these few problems. Hope you all enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all next time.